everybody unmute themselves.
Good morning. Good
morning. Good morning.
I should have warned you. I'm hitting the live button. You're like in the middle of a sentence. I'm like, here we are.
Happy Monday and welcome to the Angel and Tina Morning Show.
Good morning.
How was your weekend?
That's right. We had a weekend, right?
I mean, we had a Saturday and Sunday. It might not have been a weekend.
You know, it wasn't too bad. It wasn't too bad. I did get kind of like you, Tina, like it's work, but it's not work. It's just different things that I do during the week.
Did you get out of your office? Like, did you take your laptop and take it to the living room?
No.
Like, no.
I left it here, so
okay.
I didn't do any. I did very little. I did very little work here in the office. But we had got together with friends last night via Zoom.
Oh, I was about to say, what? You're all quarantined?
No. So friends that we would normally like get together with and do like game night, and we do brunch. We do all sorts of fun stuff together. We've got this nice little group, and we had not seen each other. We hadn't gotten seen each other throughout the quarantine. And so we had a little game night last night.
What did you guys play?
That Jackbox TV. Have you guys done it? The thing with Jackbox?
Oh,
yeah. So it's Jackbox.tv, and everybody plays on their devices. And so you're like playing. It's like board games and like charades kind of stuff. And you vote, and you guess, and you compete against each other. Yeah, so we did that for like an hour and a half last night up until. Do the people howl at your house, like in your neighborhoods? Do they do the 8 o'clock howl thing?
Howl? So I know that there's a lot of cities that do, but our city doesn't.
Oh yeah, so every night at 8 o'clock there's like a firework or a gunshot or some boom noise that goes off in the sky. It's how we know it's 8 o'clock. It reminds me of Mary Poppins, right? Where it's like Colonel Boom who's like with the thing, and then you hear all the neighbors are out howling for like a minute. It doesn't last very long. It's so funny, and at first I thought it was really weird, but now I count on it. I'm like, oh, it's 8 o'clock.
It's 8 o'clock.
Time to get out of our daytime jammies and put our nighttime jammies on.
Right.
Anyways, we did. It was super fun. So we all had us together last night via Zoom, playing this game, and it was just kind of fun to see each other, and it was good. It was a good time.
I almost forgot to do my watch party.
Oh yeah, people will start texting you. Where
are you? Where's
our morning show? Where's our morning show?
We're getting a lot of people wanting to do that every morning. It's like their morning fix while they're getting ready for the day, changing their nighttime jammies to their daytime jammies.
Yeah.
Or their nighttime yoga pants to their daytime yoga pants.
Yes. So Tracy, do you get dressed or do you stay in? What's your wardrobe like these days?
It honestly depends. If I have clients via video, obviously I have to get dressed up at least from the waist up. But on a day, if I'm just going to be on the phone or I'm doing something, I do really try to get out of yoga pants, and I really just try to put, something on that shifts my mood from relaxing to more of, okay, you need to focus in on work or something else. It helps me.
Okay, so what is that? What is that helps you?
Lipstick. For sure, because that lets me know, all right, you're on. Yeah.
Right.
And like a pair of pants that does not have an elastic band.
No way.
So Angel and I don't think either one of us have put on a pair of pants with a non-elastic band in 6 weeks.
In 6 weeks. It's which pair of yoga pants am I wearing today?
Yes. I was telling somebody the other day, I think I need to buy some more yoga pants because these ones are getting more out.
Right? Okay. I'm impressed. I have to say,
I'm impressed too.
Have impressed the socks off of me, Tracy. The fact that you would put real pants on, because I haven't in 6 weeks. And I do pretty much I Zoom all day. So it is from the waist up every day. Although actually I've been super casual. Like I've got t-shirts.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been pretty casual, but I now, if I don't have my favorite Zoom crushing lipstick, I feel like I look like a corpse on video. Like,
I like that Zoom crushing lipstick.
yes, it's we're gonna have a Zoom crushing kit.
Yeah, we're gonna have a Summit Survivor kit with, you know, like an Angel and Tina morning show mug.
Yay!
And Maybelline Perfect Plum 388 lipstick that Angel is like her signature lipstick that we all have gotten since then.
Selfie stick.
Oh, you have converted us, Angel.
A selfie stick, maybe a light kit, a little circle light for your light. Oh, ideas.
He's got the ideas. I actually have these ones. They're like a flat panel.
Yeah, I have those too, but it's for my studio.
Yeah.
I was telling my roommate, I said, I think we need to set up the guest room as a studio. She's like, oh yeah, because I have my full, green screen back there, and I can have my lights just bright up.
My friend's a realtor, and of course, they posted on Facebook, like, now that you've been in quarantine, what is the one thing you wish your house, like your next house would have, or you wish your house would have? And I said a broadcasting studio.
Yeah.
We've just totally turned this into. Okay, so Chelsea, you're doing the mom thing. What's the glamorous thing for moms to wear during the quarantine right now?
Oh, well, no elastic around the waistband. That is impressive. Good job, Tracy. I need to order more pants myself.
Maybe we can put that in the kit too. A pair of black and gray yoga pants.
Yeah.
Beta brand is really good.
Beta brand,
yes. I'll get dressed if I have to take Jackson on a walk.
Oh.
If not, I'm in pajamas all day. Now I've got to pump, throughout the day. So I've got my button-up pajamas that I wear all the time.
How old is Jackson now?
I have my cordless pump that I sport around my neck. It's really attractive. He is 13 months.
Oh,
Jackson.
So he's our first baby on the Angel and Tina morning show.
Say hi.
Hi. He's the star of the show so far. He's stealing the show.
Yes, for sure.
Stealing the show.
He's our first baby on the Angel and Tina morning show.
That's so precious. That's so precious.
But that just shows how natural and how authentic we all are. We all are still moms. Mm-hmm. Some of us stay at home moms. Right?
Did you stay at home, Tina, when your kids were little?
I had a daycare center. So I've always been an entrepreneur. So I had an in-home daycare center where I had 13 kids in my house. And I lived in a military town back then. So wow. I had open hours from 6 to 6. And they would drop them off at 6 o'clock in the morning. And then they would pick them up at 6 o'clock. But the funny thing is, 7 of my kids were all special needs kids because my youngest was a preemie baby. And Chelsea and I have a similar story, but he was a preemie baby. So he had a lot of therapists who come over and they would say, Tina, so-and-so needs a daycare center. Can you take them? And I'm like, oh yeah. So I had, Down syndrome kids and cerebral palsy kids and kids, who just had some, some special needs and weren't like, anything bad. But a lot of daycares wouldn't take them. So I had 13 daycare kids in my house every day.
Wow. I didn't know that.
I was able to stay home and make some really good money.
I love that. I love that. Right? Because it's expensive having those babies and diapers and all the stuff that they need. And and how they just take over. They completely take over the house. And so I remember once seeing this mom we were on vacation one time and she had like 6 kids. I don't know, a lot. It was a lot of kids, right? And I'm there with my 3.
And you thought those were a lot. Yeah.
And she's like, you know what? After the 4th, they kind of like take care of each other and they entertain each other. And she's like, it actually gets easier. Oh, because that's right. I only had the 2, but I was pregnant.
Yeah.
And she's like, yeah, they'll take care of each other. It actually gets easier. I'm like, okay. right? Like, because they play
So then
together.
you look at Jay and go, maybe we should have 5.
Well, we wanted more, but this body wanted to shut down and did not handle pregnancies well. So after 2, we thought it's risky to take that on. So, well, ladies, and did you do anything fun? Does your weekend look different than your weekday during this time, or does it all blend together?
It all blends together for me, that's for sure.
I can't admit that I have woken up a few days and been quite confused for about 30 to 45 seconds trying to figure out what day it actually was.
I've done the same. And I'm like, what day is it? Is it Saturday? The only reason why I know it's Saturday and Sunday is because I know we don't have the morning show.
Because we don't have the show.
Yeah.
You know what? I used to have that because I traveled so often that I would wake up in the morning, that moment, Tracy, where I would wake up in the morning and I would think,
where am I?
Where am I? Yeah. Yeah. What time zone am I in?
And what event am I in?
And what time is my flight? Like, do I have a flight that I have to get up for? So that would be my first 2 thoughts is what time zone am I in? And what time is my flight? Because we were always just like, go, go, go. And so Jay's actually flying out to Florida this weekend to help our daughters move.
Oh, good.
And I was
was the flight cheap?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Oh God.
I gotta email.
He's gonna have the whole plane to himself.
Right?
He is. And I was gonna go with him, but I decided that I still want more quarantine time. That I'll have more of a rest and a break. And so he's gonna go and take care of them. Yeah, Denver opens up May 8th, I think is
North Carolina at the moment says May 8th, but they said we're not gonna fully open up because I guess there's 3 stages until like middle of June.
Yeah. Yeah. So stage 1 is May 8th. And so it's coming to an end, right? Yeah. And I think that.
Are you a little bit sad?
I am.
I am too.
I am
too.
I've made this work, right? We've made it work okay. Like it's not ideal, it's not perfect, right? And I know, but I am a little bit because this isn't so bad.
So when is your first, as of right now, when is your first event? Do you have an event scheduled already or no?
Yeah, it's in June, I think.
The first week in June. Is it the Atlanta event?
Yes.
Okay, so then we'll see each other there.
Yeah, it is the first week in June.
Yeah,
we're going to Atlanta, and even that, I will tell you, like even though we can and we're open and it's all right I just don't know that we're going to see the kind of numbers because we've gotten so swell. We've got the Connect Summit coming up this week. Is that our third one?
It's our third Connect Summit.
Tracy, we want to hear about your summit as well because the numbers and the interaction and the engagement to put together a virtual event versus having to fly across the country and take 3 days out of my life for pretty much the same or probably less exposure. It just has me kind of going, well, maybe I'll just stay home.
But see, and as a speaker too, the selling part of it, because we all do this to make money, to create that income, and the selling part of it is the same. It's the same numbers too,
right?
We're still getting the same numbers,
right? So we're spending less, right?
Yes.
We're spending less.
So what's the weighing option here?
You have to get in front of more people, I think, on the virtual, but you are. So it's actually working out. Tracy, you just did an event. You said you duplicated the Connect Summit model.
I did. I learned from you, Angel. Copy and paste. Why reinvent the wheel? Just polish it up.
That's another product, Angel, that we need to sell.
So I know what I did. So what did you polish up? Like what new things? So I can copy and paste.
Yeah, so we can copy and paste you.
So, I mean, obviously I'm in a different industry than business, than the traditional business world. So obviously I brought in 12 like phenomenal world-renowned practitioners, and I have them, talk about what they do, talk about stories, walk people through exercises. I have them really get engagement with people that were in the summit and not just kind of talk at them. That was kind of one of my requirements, was I want engagement with people, because that's what we're missing. We're not missing the social connection. We're missing kind of that physical interaction, that we're all doing something together at one time.
Give me an example of something you did.
So I was just kind of the hostess with the mostest. But I had one of my practitioners, he took everybody through what I call a chi ball exercise. So chi is another word for energy. It's, word for breath for life. And the one way that you can start to feel your chi around you is you just start to rub your hands, because you want to get your feelers, because your fingertips are some of the most sensitive parts of your body.
Ooh.
Yeah. And so what you want to do is get them nice and kind of warmed up, and then start to pull them apart just a little bit, and just try to focus in on the space between your hands. And you'll start to feel kind of like a shape in there. And you can start to kind of play with it like putty or like dough.
Huh.
And so pull your hands out, and maybe some people envision a ball, a colored ball. And you can start to stretch that out and start to play with it.
My fingers are like...
My fingers are doing like the double jointed thing.
You feel the energy. And then what we do is, you can put anything into this chi ball, because it's pure energy from you, right? So we put like love, joy, abundance, prosperity, faith, happiness,
gratitude.
Gratitude. And then what you do is you can go, and I want to put it in a big pot for everybody. And you just kind of like blow it away, like you would like bubbles off of your hands.
Like a dandelion, right? Like,
yeah.
Oh.
And
That.
so that people can kind of start to feel like the subtler energies that are around us, because that's what chi is, the ability, just subtleties.
So did you record this summit?
Yes, we do have it recorded. Yes, one of my fabulous assistants recorded it. We Zoom and Facebook were not really friends that day. We couldn't.
Yeah, we get that a lot. That's where we have to either record or go live on YouTube.
So they weren't, they were having a tiff that day. So
yeah, they were having a little tiff.
They were having a little tiff, and I said, okay, you guys go in the corner and work it out. We're just going to record, and we'll, upload it to different media outlets from there. But yeah, I
would love to go in there and watch that. That was amazing. I like that. Didn't your hands feel a little weird? My hands
did, like my fingers were like doing their own little thing, right? Yeah. But you can now take that and do a premiere on YouTube, and you can share it out on social media. I was talking to my social media guy. So years ago, we used to have an office, and Darrell Stern from Stern Marketing had the office right next door. And so he's just the whiz when it comes to digital marketing and videos and all of that. So he was helping me with a project this weekend. And it turns out that what I thought I could do, I can't do, because if Darrell can't do it, it can't be done. So it's just FYI. I'm like,
even though you're not telling us what you could not do.
Well, because it's so complicated. And he's like, yeah, Angel. I'm like, somebody told me I could do this and I can't figure it out. He's like, yeah, no. I'm like, oh, well, okay then.
But you know what, Angel, to answer your question, what I'm doing different on my second Ignite Your Magic is we are going to have a VIP experience, like a celebrity meet and greet after the show.
Mm.
So people can have more one-on-one time with the people that they really want to interact with without kind of, all the noise and the fuss and the muss around it.
How long was your summit?
It was about 4 hours.
Okay, and so did you do your VIP before or after?
I'm going to do it after next time.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm doing a summit with Sharon Lechter coming up on May 15th. And she's going to have, so for the VIPs, they get in early. So they actually have an extra meet and greet time with Sharon before the event, which is super fun. And then of course, then there's the, we'll have a cocktail party, a meet and greet VIP cocktail party at the end with all the speakers. So that'll be fun. And it's putting together. So once you have like the bones, right, the foundation for what you want to have, and there's some fundamentals, but then how can you make that your own? How can you personalize it? How can you customize it and make it even more engaging, uniquely you? And Tracy, especially the industry that you're in, staying in that thing, like what would you do in person, and how can we take and create that same experience, not the same thing, but the experience, so that they walk out with something that they're talking about, right?
And Angel, I know you're showing everybody on the Media Mastery group on Facebook how to do this as well.
Yes, which has been super fun. I've got so many people, they're like texting and showing me the events that they're putting together, and so I
think the virtual events are here to stay.
Well, absolutely. For a while, I think, for us, like we were getting Zoom fatigue, but I think it'll mellow out. I think it'll find its mellow, and some people are just doing it just to try it, right? To see, okay, can I do it, right? It's like when people went into real estate, everybody was in real estate because they hopped on that bandwagon. Yeah. There'll be those that rise up that, that are doing it legit and right, and all the fun stuff.
If you're in Media Mastery group and they find out how to do it legit and right, they will.
They sure will, because we're getting a lot of great tips. Last week she did a tip of every single day, I think on Friday she was on there for an hour. Sometimes I don't get the notifications, and I'll get on there and I'm like, oh wow, and I'm like, where's my paper?
I was trying to watch you on Friday, and I was putting my makeup on, and I was trying to text and get you comments, and I'm doing my makeup and watching your live.
I love it. Well, we're going to do one this week talking about your book and promoting your book and getting your food book out, right, and all of that. So all this week is going to be about the book. Because somebody, she's like, Angel, I need help with this. Can this be your topic this week? I'm like, sure, we can do that.
We love it when people give you the topics to talk about on Facebook Live. You're like, oh, thank you. Now I don't have to think.
Well, because like for all of us, like this is just what we do, and we do it every day. And we think, well, do people want that? Like, does that help? Would that be helpful? And she's like, oh my gosh, yes. I'm like, I'm like, da. She's like, no, you need to do this.
Can you break it down?
Yeah.
You're like, there is kind of 5 steps. I can break it down.
Break it down.
I could chime in on that, on the virtual summits and the Facebook Lives. So I'm in the process of recording for my Mother's Day. It's gonna air right before Mother's Day, but I'm pre-recording everything. It's called the Survive and Thrive Virtual Summit for Moms. And so since I'm pre-recording everything, I'm not going to be able to have the interaction with the host. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go live, and I'm going to be the host. And since I know everything that we've recorded, it's kind of like, even though I haven't told the speakers what each other's speakers have said, it's amazing how it flows and they bring up the same topics. So I can say, pay attention to, this time how, we're talking about how you can use failures as stepping stones to get where you want to go. And also I'm able to kind of combine that into a little worksheet so that I could give them kind of a little book. So it's like the episodes aren't live, but I'll be live, like introducing them.
I like that. No, that's totally cool. Like a little hybrid, like so that way you already have it done. Like you already know exactly in their timing, and you could coordinate around their schedules. But nice little hybrid. And I think that's the thing too. Like there's no one, like even writing a book, there's no one formula. There's all these different mixtures that you can bring to the table. So good job, Chelsea. Look at this. We're like Summit Central right here.
Right?
Yeah. Thank you.
And Chelsea did a great job when she and I think Angel, you're a speaker as well. on Chelsea's event, but she did a great job with the interview process.
Oh, she did. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
You helped me a lot, Tina. You helped me a lot. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Okay,
I think I was her first, which is
so Chelsea, is Jackson good if we want to feature you and unmute you and have you off of that? Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Well, let's get to know Chelsea a little bit better. She's the CEO of Spread Love, Speak Life, whose vision is to elevate the world with the power of love. She has an entrepreneurial spirit, which opens the door to inspire and serve others through her community. Her mission is to empower 1,000 women to achieve their one big dream by 2030. Chelsea currently resides in Austin with her husband, children, and pets. She has become unstoppable, and so can you. And she's got our first baby on the show. Jackson has been with us, and he is 13 months old. I'm super proud of you. In fact, we knew you were going to come on this morning with the baby. I'm like, that's life, right? Like,
right?
That's the real of life. And thank goodness we can do this. And train him up early. Is that him squealing?
Exactly.
It's mom life. This is what we have to do. We have to pivot even as moms, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
exactly.
mine are grown and out of the house, but you know, all more to you, Chelsea.
Yeah, I want him to grow up, you know, in this industry. I want him to grow up traveling with us and, you know, learning different cultures. Come here, baby. He wants to be in on it. Hi.
Hey, Jackson.
Yeah, I want him to.
Oh, look at him smiling.
Seeing all these different places, and you know, just see his mommy on stage and know that like he can do anything he wants, you know.
Right. And so you were already like on this journey, the empowerment specialist, and doing all of this when you found out you were pregnant. And so how did that shift either the goals, the direction, like how did that shift for you, Chelsea?
Yeah, I mean, that's a big one. And it's like, I felt like I was almost, you know, when you're starting a business, it's almost like you're birthing a business baby. And then, you know, I was working on my book and it was almost finished, but you know, just, you know, some complications during pregnancy, and you know, I didn't get the book out as fast as I wanted to, but it all works out in perfect timing. And then, you know, after he was born, he was in the NICU for almost 5 months. And so that, of course, was a time where it's like, okay, well, the business is on hold and my priority is him. And then thank God, you know, he had several surgeries and came home, but then he still needed like a lot of extra special care. So, you know, the book is like a year late, but, you know,
But you did it.
Yeah.
Well, and we've had this conversation, Chelsea, because we were starting with the book. I remember when you found out and all the changes with Jackson, but when the timing is right, the timing is perfect. And,
right.
You know, sometimes we want to push things ahead, but life has a different schedule for us, and being flexible and open, right, to the changing of the schedule, because
exactly,
it's something even better, right? It's preparing us to something even bigger and better. And now
you have a story to share,
a bigger
with all
story.
of these moms.
Come here, baby. Yeah, you're saying, just like you said, it's like we all have to pivot right now. And yeah, and then with my book, it's like telling people how to overcome and how to rise above. And then it's like, okay, well, life is like, you're going to really show them, because now you're going to have to take your own advice and
here's your own story to share how you thrived.
Exactly.
Yes, right. It is. It's all of a sudden right now. And now you have this new target audience too, serving moms in a very, you know, with a new story, with with a very new way to relate to them. And you've been, the fact that you've been able to pull together this summit during this time, that's pretty impressive too, Miss Chelsea.
Thank you. It's been with a lot of Sean's help. It's nice to have him home, except for today. But
the one day you needed him home.
Exactly. But just yeah, I mean, he has a reptile business where we go to different expos and sell reptiles, so all of those are on hold right now. So
wait,
wait, Tina didn't know that.
Reptiles?
Yes, so we breed crested geckos, and there's expos all over Texas where it's like people go on the weekend and buy reptiles, and so we sell geckos.
So this is one expo you will not see Tina Torres. I cannot stand creepy crawly things.
Really, because they need more speakers, Tina.
No, thank you. That'll be a stage I say no to.
Are the geckos still reproducing, or like, are you outgrowing? I mean, are they still multiplying during this time and you just can't?
No, they're quarantining too.
Yeah, exactly.
Social distancing of the reptiles.
They're staying away from each other.
Oh yeah, you know, they're all together hanging out.
Oh Jesus.
So I mean, when are they thinking that they're going to start to open up? And I mean, there's an industry I didn't even think about, right?
Yeah.
Well, take all the stages. If they ask me, I'm gonna send them their way.
June is the time right now. Apparently, I mean, all the shows are canceled until the end of May. So we'll see.
Wow, how fun. Okay, so best piece of advice that you have for people quarantining, or for moms, or wanting to live that empowered life and living their truest dream, what would you want to recommend and say to them, Chelsea?
I would say that a lot of moms feel the mom guilt, like they're being selfish if they're pursuing their own dreams, but really, just to take this perspective of your child and how that's going to enrich their life. Because ultimately, yeah, my why is Jackson, and for him to be able to be front and center when mommy's on stage and we're being able to impact all these people around the world. And so what could your dreams do for your children? And that's not selfish to work on that now,
No, not at all. There is absolutely the mom guilt, right? When we're at home, we're guilty that we're not getting our work done and we should be spending more time growing our career. And when we're at work, we're guilty, feeling guilty that we're not spending time at home. But I always felt, just me personally, that the more I pursued my dreams and what my gifts were, I really felt that made me an even better mom. Yeah. Because I was happy, I was fulfilling, I was showing them how to go after things and to create some independence and to hopefully light a fire under them. And they could see when I fell down, right? When it didn't always work out, and how, I had to bounce back and recover from some of that. So
that reminds me of my son, the one that's in Korea. He got his gratitude journal and he posted on Facebook that he's so proud of his mom and all her outstanding, things that she's done and overcame, and the things that she's overcame you wouldn't believe. And I'm so proud of you, Mom, for everything you've done. I can't believe you've done this, and all this stuff. And I was like, but he was like, Mom, you did this. And even though all this stuff has happened to you, and your kids know, you still did it. And he was just going on and on. It was a very heartfelt moment. So your kids do know. They know more than you think they do.
Yeah, and I wonder if your daughters, your twins, I'm sure have, your kids saw you being such a leader angel and stepping up in your industry and pursuing your dreams. And then they decided to go work for Disney and move to Florida. So yeah, I'm sure they are inspired by you.
And they're independent and they did it.
They did. I know. That's what you want, right? Is them to be independent and pursuing their dreams and going for it.
And being happy while they're doing it, you know?
Sad to watch them go, but you're so excited for where they're going and what they're going to do. So Chelsea, you want to talk about your summit? Do you want to talk about your book, or like what do you want to share?
Well, yeah, I'd love to share about the summit. It's going to go live May 7th, 8th, and 9th, which is the Thursday, Friday, Saturday, right before Mother's Day. It's what, in a week? It's a week from Thursday. So it's next weekend. And it's going to be for moms who kind of want to give themselves a treat, and can be moms of any age, but specifically for work from home moms who are wanting to build a business and start earning income from home. And it's just going to be a great gift to give themselves. It's going to be free. And so definitely well worth it to just tune in.
Love it. All right. Well, we're going to let you mute up for a few minutes, Miss Chelsea. Okay. Right. I just think that Jackson has been so patient. Letting on to her media interview. So that was fabulous. And we are, afterwards, we'll make sure that Chelsea goes in and puts the link, how you can follow her, how you can connect with her summit. And if you know a mom, right, you know right now, especially because even moms that are, they've been homeschooling, they've been balancing even more, everything's in-house. And I think they probably need a break, right? Probably need a break because you're not
adult conversation.
Right. And so, yeah, what a treat. And so if you know moms, make sure you send them Chelsea's invitation to join her that weekend. Well, let's move over to Tracy, our afterlife connection specialist and intuitive. Tracy wants to share a secret to success that is not taught in schools. It's your intuition and how to utilize yours as a growing entrepreneur. She is your afterlife connection specialist. She connects deceased loved ones with friends and family to achieve peace and closure. She's an extremely well-trained intuitive. And what does that mean? As one of the CEOs she worked with said, Tracy is the Serena Williams of trusting your gut, a highly trained and finely maintained intuitive athlete. Her goal is to let everyone in on a secret that they don't teach you in school, and that is the power to utilize your intuition. And Tracy, I know we've had you on our summit, we've done a lot of things, and we've traveled together and we've spoken on stages together. And I think when people see that, okay, wait a minute, she's an afterlife, like what is she doing here on this business stage?
How does this correlate with one another?
Right? But it really, truly does. And you handle that you cross over so beautifully into the business world. I'm so glad that you're here today.
Oh, thanks for having me, Angel and Tina. This is really exciting. And, it is exciting for somebody in my industry to be able to kind of mix with the business world, because I do believe that, it's a blending. Like the right hand doesn't do anything without the left hand, and you got to work together.
Right. And I think that in business, especially as small business owners, I think there's a lot of things where we might have our intuition or might have our gut, but it's almost like we're fighting our intuition and gut and going against what we're thinking because we, have to check off things off the list or whatever. So help us.
We have that gut feeling, but we always know.
Yeah. It's like we're not trusting ourselves.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, I like to say, our sixth sense is really our first sense, because as infants, we only know what's going on intuitively, and we kind of figure out a way intuitively to create, communicate with our mothers. Nobody taught us to cry. Nobody taught us, you better latch onto that bottle. Nobody taught us a few things. We just kind of learned it instinctually and a little bit intuitively. Like you talk to a kid and they'll tell you the darndest things.
That's true.
They have no filter at all.
They have no filter, and they have no filter from intuitive information because it comes so easily to them, because they haven't had that, that schooling that no, we need to think logically, and A leads to B, leads to C, leads to D. There is no in between. And, you know, what I learned just trusting my own intuition from my own journey is that I'm hooked in with a higher power, a God, a divine source, whatever you want to call it. And that source is always going to be nudging on me, letting me know where to go. Even though my logic is telling me you need to go right, my intuition says go left. And I learned go left. And when I started trusting my intuition, life got easier. Life got a little fun, a lot more fun. And not to say like everything always goes my way, because it doesn't. But it definitely gives you that connection that I have a connection with myself. And I always say, you know thyself, trust thyself first.
So,
and then go with the information. So,
Tracy, and I think that, there's some other, elements to that. Like, okay, I have this hunch, right? I feel this way about this. I feel this way about that. But then we get like around the boardroom, like the board table or our team meetings, right? To say, I know have a hunch.
This is way we want to go.
Right? Like I think everybody in the room is like, but the data and the science or the checklist says to go this way. How do you get the people around you to say, hey, hunch is good?
I like to say, you're not going to, depending on your position in a company, you're not going to be able to call all the shots. Even though you have a dead hunch that even though these numbers are saying go right, your gut says go left. You can only present the information and then let it go from there. But what I say to people is, like, especially business owners and CEOs that I work with, I was like, look, we don't have physical evidence in front of us to go with this gut feeling, so ask for it. Ooh. You're hooked in with a divine source, a God, of whatever you're calling it. Say, give me signs, give me physical evidence that this is true. I need help with this. And I always say, God didn't bring us here to drop us on our head. So ask for that help. And oftentimes it does show up. I have a little trick that I always do is, especially if I'm negotiating a business deal or I'm doing something and something doesn't really feel right to me, I'm like, I don't feel right. I ask Spirit, I say, show me truth about this person and situation and make it obvious and make it now.
Ooh, okay. And how, like, when you ask that, like what happened?
About like, boom. Here's your evidence. Either yes, go with them, or no.
And I think as business owners, we all need to do that because we sometimes make the wrong decisions and hire the wrong person or go into business with the wrong person or partner up with the wrong person. And it hurts our business. It hurts our brand.
It really does.
We all just take that intuition and that hunch that we had that first time.
I always say all that glitters is not gold. You only have to scratch the surface to get below the veneer.
And I think, yeah, right. Scratch it a little, scratch the surface a little. Because there are times too, Tracy, where maybe we're just nervous, right? Maybe we're just a little scared. We're not being brave. We're holding ourselves back. And we really do need to push ourselves out of our comfort zone, right? To have that success. But scratch the surface just a little bit, right? Ask for some evidence. I've had people that have signed up with Media Mastery and they're nervous, right? And like, do I want this? Are you the right person? Da, da, da. And I tell them that a miracle, right? When you have faith and take action, the world shows up to guide you, support you, and create miracles. And that you're going to have a miracle in the next 36 hours. And text me and tell me when it happens. It's usually much faster than that, but I'll give them a little window of time. I don't want to freak them out, right? And but they're like, within like a couple hours, like, Angel, this happened, and this happened, and this happened. I'm like, okay, so it's like scratching the surface a little bit.
It's giving them permission to do that too, because that's a lot of what I teach a lot of business owners and a lot of people, like giving yourself permission to explore that starts with you.
Okay. So can you give us like a tip or like, how do we like tap into
how do we differentiate the risk that we're about to take or that goodness that we're about to jump into and that hunch that don't do this? How do you separate the two?
So, to figure out are you dealing with fear, like, don't do that, the little goblins in your head, or are you dealing with something that's like, you're excited, you need to move forward, and yeah, you're going into the unknown. What I really suggest doing is really sitting down and getting quiet, and you can kind of feel into those kind of multiple pathways, like envision yourself taking one path. And what does that feel like in your body? Where is it talking to you at in your body? Because different places are going to kind of indicate different intuition. Like if you feel it from your heart, if your heart's really open and you're going down this beautiful path and you're working with Angel and Tina, it's like a go for it. But maybe if you get, the turning in your gut and that maybe closed throat or your back starts hurting, maybe it's time to look at another path. Maybe this isn't right for you right now. And there's
the parts of your body where you feel it are the ones that you need to pay attention to.
I start with a lot of people, especially who are just working with intuition, because we can all feel into our body, and that's something that we can experience in the moment. It's not something that's so esoteric and out there. And if people want to learn more, they can read my best-selling Amazon book, 7 Tips and Tricks on How to Enhance Your Intuition. I walk you right through them.
And then you can get that on Amazon?
You can get that on Amazon today. Comes with free meditations and all kinds of goodies involved in that. But
awesome.
It just, I like to say when I'm working with kind of what I call newbies, just take it slow, because as me, I'm always going to be a practicing metaphysician because I'm always learning. I'm always on what else is there. You're always going to be doing something and learning something new. So
that's what you have to do as a business owner. You always have to be learning. Always, always, always. Every single day, try to better yourself.
I do. And even as logic as business owners are, I say, don't disqualify intuition. Don't disqualify that gut feeling. And if you're not, like Robert Ohado always says, like either highly successful entrepreneurs either have a highly developed sense of intuition themselves or they hire somebody who does. And if you don't think high-powered companies have intuitives and astrologers working on the backside of that payroll, you got another thing coming.
Because you are one of those people. You have a lot of high-powered people that you work for to help them make these high money-making decisions.
I do. I kind of, one of my CEOs refers to me, she's like, you're the psychic HR. I can call you and I can ask you and talk to you about topics that she can't talk about.
Wow.
With her C-suite or with anybody else.
Well, I think that as businesses, it's a smart business model, business tool. And the larger companies, when you dig down deep, like they are using these resources, you're using every resources. And I love how you said, if you don't have it, and it doesn't matter what that skill set is, hire it. Like either you do it or hire it.
Or delegate it, yeah.
Right. And so this is even one of those items, right? That there are people out there that can help you tap into it.
When in doubt, hire out.
I love it.
I like that.
Right. And then, okay, so how do you want people to follow you?
Well, you can always reach me at right behind me here on the sign, TracySt.Croi360.com. It's a one-click. You can find me on all your social media outlets. You can even buy my book instantly. You can schedule an appointment with me. You can call for a conversation. It's an all-in-one.
Is that a green screen or is that a banner?
That is a green screen.
That is probably the best use of a green screen,
right?
That I've ever seen.
Exposure at its finest.
Yeah. I mean, it's brilliant branding. That is the best use of a green screen because the color is gorgeous, right? It's not just a plain, but with your name and all the information there. Like we've been changing our names like inside
right?
the on Zoom, yourself, right? But that is probably the best use of a green screen that I've seen. That's pretty awesome branding.
I like it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. I mean, compliments of my wonderful web design guy. I said, can you make this happen?
Okay, so I know you just finished your summit. What's the exciting project you're working on now?
So we're going to be hosting another one because I just did Ignite Your Magic 2020 this past Saturday. And, you know, I said, I'm just going to see where this goes to because I don't know. Like, let's have some fun. And it was an overwhelming success. And so I'm in the process of putting another one together, but I'm going to do it a little bit differently where maybe I don't have as many practitioners and we have a little bit more high-end goodie bag is what I want to give to people. So I'm currently working on that. And then I have another little project up my sleeve, but I'm not sure if I'm going to talk about it just yet because I'm still in the
planning stages.
I'm imagining, I'm like, how, you know, I have this big dream and I'm like, why do I have to wait for somebody else to do it? Because I think I can do it myself.
Ooh.
Hashtag
I was
Tracy
like,
nuggets.
I think I can pull this off in the meantime.
Okay, well,
that's how Angel and I did it. We just said, let's just try it, see how it went. And the Connect Summit one, we had hundreds of people on our Connect Summit.
Yes, and I was actually stunned at the turnout. And
yeah. So how many people registered for your event on Saturday?
245.
245. How long did you, like, how much lead time before when you started marketing it?
I started officially marketing it less than 10 days before the event.
Less than 10 days. And
people with live events take 5 or 6 months to plan it. And it's hard work to get 250 butts in seats. Wow. Yeah. And you paid lots of money to be on a stage like that, like $5,000 or $6,000.
Yep. And yeah, so I was just thrown back by it, and I was like, oh,
yes, right. I know we're doing this summit with Sharon coming up, Sharon Lechter, in a couple weeks. And our goal is 1,000 people registered for that event, and within the first 24 hours, actually within just like the first day, over 150 people had registered, like day one. So, and we still have 2 weeks, right? Or 3 weeks until the event. So we are definitely on fire for that. Like, who knows how many we're actually get at the event, but you're right. Like, how much time, how much money, how much resource, like begging people like over and over, you know, sign up, show up, but there's nothing keeping them. They don't have to travel. They don't have to pay for hotel. They really don't even have to find time in their schedule.
But the thing is too, they can save all of that money. And instead of traveling with it, they can put it into their investment into their business.
They can invest it back in their business. I know Jay and I did our financial summit this weekend. I'm like, how much have we not spent for these 90 days of traveling, right? Yeah. And so it's been, it's pretty awesome. It's a pretty, for those that are not leveraging the power, if you're not attending, like, first of all, sign up for these events that are coming, because most of them are free or really low cost, like nothing at all compared to what it would have cost you to buy the ticket, because they're not having to rent hotel rooms, right? You don't have to travel, get a babysitter, like all of this stuff. Like, this is the time. So attend, sign up, register. You can usually, even if you can't watch it right then, you get the access to the recordings, you get the access to the free opt-ins and all the virtual goodie bags. So sign up. I mean,
the Connect Summit, we have over $20,000 worth of freebies
inside virtual goodie bag.
That still blows my mind every time we say that.
Right. And it doesn't cost you anything but to sign up, right? Just to sign up. So yeah, take advantage of the opportunities that are going out there. Miss Chelsea, so you've got your summit. I know that's her exciting project she's got coming up. And so she'll put that in the link. Is there a special place for people to sign up?
If they just want to private message me, since we're on Facebook, I can send them the link, but the link will go live in a few days.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, just private message me on Facebook, Chelsea Collie.
I love it.
Oh,
I love it. Okay, so I have to share with you guys. I saw this yesterday. It's the 4 personalities
I
of
got that too.
the COVID shutdown. This cracked me up.
I'm with you, Angel.
I am too. I'm the same way. I flipped the same way with Angel.
Yeah. So yeah, it was not my primary personality type, but you know, it's the DISC, DISC. And so I was just gonna people can comment and say what letter you are for your personality of the COVID-19 shutdown. Now I want to see well, you guys already told me, but the D is angry, stays home, wears a mask, washes hands, has toilet paper, demands you do the same, and is ready to shame you. Like, I know a lot of D's, right? I've been watching your posts, right? The C's, they stay home, they wear a mask, they wash their hands, they count to 20, they sanitize everything, lots of TP, and they know all the virus statistics, right? And they're spouting them and telling you all of the data. The I's are not worried at all. They go out for walks. They drive into town. They go for groceries. They wash hands, but not for 20 seconds. No mask. That's so Dawn Bates, right? Do you remember her? She's like, oh, I'm out for a walk. I'm chatting with the police.
I'm going to Argentina and telling the police officers that I don't need them.
I don't know. I'm I can actually see some of my friends in here. And then the S's, they're pretty neutral. They don't talk about it much, although I talk about it every day. But they mostly stay in, willing to go along with what everyone else is saying and not that worried. Right? I'm just
that's me too. But we only talk about it to gain conversation.
That's true, right? Because everybody else.
Neither one of us are worried about it. We're like, yeah, well, I kind of like it.
Right? I'm home. It's working. I'll be all right. It can last a little longer.
Yeah, can we do another month?
Right? Yeah. Right. I love it. Okay. So what exciting project are you working on, Miss Tina?
Oh my goodness. Launching my connection to client blueprint this week. I had to push it out twice already, but we're launching it this week. We have the Connect Summit coming up on Wednesday. I'm so excited. Connect Summit 3 from 1 to 6 p.m. Eastern on Wednesday. So you can still sign up. You can still get $20,000 worth of freebies. I cannot wait for these speakers, because these are some fabulous, not that we don't always have fabulous speakers, because we always do, but these are some fabulous speakers.
They are every one of them. The very first one, when we were able to pull that together, a 2-day event, 28 speakers. The second one, we decided to make a little smaller, right? Only 12 speakers. And I think we still ended up with almost 12 at this one. We keep trying to button it up, but there's so many great resources and people that want to participate and plug in. But register. You can find it on Eventbrite. Connect Summit 3. We'll put the links in our somewhere down in the comments, so you guys can register. Tell your friends, come. Super fun, super engaging, interactive. We dance, we play games, we've got interactive speakers. You get prizes just for playing. And things that mean something to you, right?
Yes.
These are very
and things that are very heartfelt.
Yes, they are fabulous.
Things that you will love, guaranteed.
I love it.
Yeah, matched it up beautifully.
Yes.
And I love free, Tina. It's one of my favorite 4-letter words.
Free. Yes, me too.
Sale.
Right? It is a 4-letter. Well, anyways.
Okay, so Angel, what do you got going on? What kind of freebie do you have?
Okay, so of course, right, you're seeing the value of exposure. You're seeing the value of putting on events. We teach media exposure, how to get exposure on OPP, other people's platforms, and you can get started with our complimentary guide at makeyourbigimpact.com. Makeyourbigimpact.com. It's a 10-day media transformation guide, and it helps you plug in and get the exposure, attract more leads, create all good, juicy good stuff. Makeyourbigimpact.com.
Well, I'm
Angel, what's your summit?
I'm Tina Torres, a client retention expert, and I help you create new clients for life. Create clients for life, turn those clients into raving fans, and increase your cash flow without adding a single new client. And you can text the word connection to 26786, connection to 26786 for your freebie on 7 ways to increase your cash flow right now. Thank you guys so much for joining the Angel and Tina show. And we are here every weekday morning at 10 a.m. Eastern. And we will see you guys tomorrow. Thank you guys. Have a great Monday.
Bye.